Oh my gosh. Bad hair day? Never heard of her. So stupid. Shut up. My mic's a little bit wiggly and wiggly and wobbly, but it's fine. I'll get over it. I'll make do. I'm that guy. I make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, you just got scaled on. Welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartors. Happy to be here with you guys today. I can't lie to you. I'm feeling a bit wired, okay? Just took a cold shower with the lights on this time. In fact, I had the curtain open and everything. I wasn't sure how long I was going to be in there because it's cold. So I was trying to get in, pop in, get back out. But I made a mess, for sure. And I gotta tell you, man, if I have any goal in this life, it's to somehow learn to maintain my composure when cold water hits. I don't care how tough you think you are, but when it happens, every ounce and sense of masculinity that I clearly possess and have a huge emphasis on. When people see me walk down the street, they go, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man who probably doesn't shudder when the cold water hits. But I do, okay? I lose that sense of myself. I do not look or sound manly at all, okay? I wish I could be that guy. You know when someone throws cold water in your ear, your shoulders shudder, they go up to your ears, you go, right? You're on the beach, someone throws water at you, freaking, you know? Yeah, I'm at the beach. There's water everywhere, but someone throws a little bit of cold water, you freak out. I just wish I could be that guy. I don't want somebody to watch me shower, but I would like somebody to hear me shower maybe, okay? And then go, wow, he sounds like he's really tough. And I don't know what that would sound like necessarily. Like, yeah, freaking DeWalt, Ford, steak. You go, that's a man right there, okay? That's a man in a cold shower. But that's not me, dude. I sound like Mickey Mouse getting freaking waterboarded within a block radius if you're anywhere. It's a bad look, and I feel embarrassed even when I'm home alone. You know how embarrassed you gotta be to be embarrassed by yourself? I know nobody saw it. I know nobody heard it. I mean, I just told you everybody about it now, but beforehand, okay, I'm just alone. It's like tripping and falling, okay? There's just some things you don't need an audience to feel embarrassed. You go, oh, I just feel pathetic, alone in the sanctity of my own home. I've lost. I don't know what the competition was. I don't know what game I was playing, but I know I didn't win it. And that's how I feel when I hop into a cold shower. And I've been doing it for years, hoping, dreaming that one day I'm going to be a man in a cold shower. But I'm just a little boy, okay? I want to take on the ice bucket challenge and go, bam, that's me, dude. I did that for charity. I want the ice bucket challenge to take on me, dude, okay? I can't. In fact, if somebody nominated me, I wish I could say I would do it for charity, but right now, I can't put that on the internet. I can't let you see what I become when cold water hits. It's a shame. It's truly a shame. It's embarrassing. But you got to build up to it. They say as you do it more and more, it builds up brown fat, which would be cool because right now I'm all white fat, but I don't know when that's supposed to happen because, again, I've been doing it forever. And it never gets easier either. Okay, you keep on staring at the water. I've been staring at the edge of the water. I keep staring at the water thinking, I'm going to get in 3, 2, 1. Just kidding. 3, 2. And you keep lying to yourself. You're like, I'm supposed to. I know. Hop in. And you're afraid of the water and the way that it feels, but now I'm afraid of the person that I become when I'm in it. It's so sad. It's so sad. Anyways, guys, thrilled to be here with you. I don't need to say that it's late or that's going to be a bit of a shorter episode. You already know the routine. You already know the deal. Okay, that being said, it's going to be a bit of a shorter episode. It's late. I will say I'm looking very much forward to eating this food that I've got laid out in front of me. Sometimes it's easier to get your work done or your responsibilities by laying a little treat in front of you. I'm my own boss. I'm in charge of myself and what I need to do and my own responsibilities, but there's no real reward sometimes. And I got to dangle my own carrot on my own stick and lay it right out in front of me, and I got to chase it. You know, I'm the one holding the keys going, go chase it. Don't you want this? And I go, yeah, I do. But the problem is that most of the time I realize I'm holding the stick and I just give myself the carrot and nothing gets done. But right now I've ordered some food and I've got it set out right in front of me, and man, I'm excited. I love DoorDash. Yes, dude, it's so exciting. The fact that I can just hold this little phone and food comes to my door. That's the future, dude. That's the now. That's the present. And boy, is this not a gift. So anyways, I can't stop doing DoorDash. It's unfortunate for both my health and my wallet. And I try to like soften the blow. You ever do this when you order something on Amazon, Walmart, DoorDash, but you, or maybe it's just me, but I'm trying to like rip the Band-Aid off and go, oh, that's not fun to spend. It's on food. And I try and as soon as I hit confirm, I close the app like it didn't happen. Oh, look out. Yeah, I didn't see it. Good thing I got out of the app fast enough. It's like it's not going to hit me as hard as staring at the receipt. Oh! Whew, that was close. Now all I gotta focus on is the food that's going to arrive. At least that's what I try to do. But DoorDash gives you that freaking little double dash option when you, as soon as you hit confirm, to go, wait a minute, so you do like food. Would you like some more food? And dadgummit, am I not a sucker for a deal or a game, because they put a little timer in the top corner, and I feel like I'm playing a video game. Choose your character. Dun, 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 dun. Like at the end of Donkey Kong 64, where you get a select amount of time to finish it or else the whole castle blows up. They're like, you better pick your food quick. Who knows what will happen? I'm like, all right, I can't lose. God forbid I lose double dash. I won't. So then I order more food than I need to again, and then I close the Band-Aid again. Stop. And even when you try to, man, now it shows like a little live notification at the top of my phone, like I'm following sports. You know, it shows like the Cavs, it's 47-17. Like, it's great, you're up. And it's like, DoorDash, oh, you've got 12 minutes left. Are you sure? You better get that double dash going. I go, oh boy, I gotta. And I'm not proud of it, okay? I mean, a little bit. I think it's kind of funny. Still, the Big Judas name is running amok through my territory. I will say, however, that when people get lost or they can't find me, I don't want to soil the good name. And I feel like Big Judas has become an entity of its own. Like, not one man can fill neither the shoes or the shirt of a Big Judas. So when they start calling me, one, I I answer as if they're like outside, and I answer as if I'm somebody else ordering the food for Big Judas, because they're going to expect me to come to the door, and I can't live up to the expectations. I'm not going to look like the Big Judas that they're dreaming of. So I have to go, I'm ordering this food for somebody else, which in turn makes it sound like Big Judas is so deeply invested into his caloric game that he has somebody else ordering stuff for him. And I go out there like, oh yeah, I just had to get this for my boss. She's like, what's he eats? He eats. That's all he does. He's hungry. He's a hungry boy. You saw the double dash. So anyways, I'm not proud of it, but Big Judas is, and it's very, very funny. It brings me a lot of joy. So I'm stoked about that. Anyways, what's been going on this week? Not a ton. Again, I've been really giving myself the carrot this week. All right. And that's the slang for giving in, for failing, for not going up on your responsibilities. I've just really been cracking under pressure, okay? I've been giving myself the carrot. I just keep going, why chase? Why go the extra mile? Here's the carrot. I want the carrot. Have the carrot. So I've been playing a lot of this new game, Resident Evil. I mean, it's a new game in the series. The actual, game of it is new. But the series has been long running for about 30 years now, and I have been hooked. Dude, okay? I had so many things that I wanted to do, so many things I fell short on, but you know what? I saw the carrot, had the carrot, got the carrot, wanted it, did it, mine. And I wanted to go back down to the stand-up club this week. I wanted to rewrite my set. I wanted to work on some things that are both creatively and just responsibility personally. House, cleaning, laundry to burn. You know what the deal is, but I didn't do any of that. I just played this game nonstop. And boy, what a ride it was, okay? It sucks. I don't want to spoil it just because the game is super, super fresh, but it was so amazing. You walk in and it's just one of those games, man, that I don't even know how to describe it, but when you feel like you're in it, not just because it's first person or anything but you feel like you're in the world. And it was very dark and rainy, and it was a dark and rainy night as I began this game, but you feel so immersed and you feel alive, and especially with characters that, again, have 30 years worth of history. You know them, you understand them, and I feel like I'm in the environment, and I just couldn't put it down. I had to see where this story went. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything. I will say, however, that they do a cool thing at the end of it where you get a choice, which is odd for a story game where it is super linear. But basically, if you don't pay attention enough, okay, if you're not actually locked in and you pick the wrong, they just end the game right there to go, well, that's okay. Well, this is what would happen. Sucks for you, stupid idiot. And you could spend freaking 20 hours on this thing, and you're like, well, should have read that file that was in that one office that you rushed through, and you get punished. Now, I didn't know this. I was kind of split 50-50. I just took a shot. I tried to pay attention, got some things wrong, but I got the choice right. I only knew that because I went back to watch the wrong choice. They're like, hey, what's the bad ending? I was like, bad ending? There's a bad end? There's another ending? So just to say that, I'm not going to tell you which one is which, but lock in if you're going to play the game, because if you don't pay attention, they will get you, which is just unfortunate, you know? Imagine playing anything else. You're playing Mario, and all of a sudden you forgot to get a one coin 14 levels ago, and then you get to Princess Peach, and then all of a sudden she just drowns instead. You're like, well, you should have chosen a different ending because you had the knowledge. You knew how to save Peach, but you didn't. You didn't really want to, did you, Mario? It's like, no, I did. That's not what I wanted. I didn't want this to happen. Should have paid more attention. So that's why you got to lock in. So when people are asking me, what are you doing? Can't you just talk? Can you come hang out? It's like, no, I got to focus on this game, because if I don't, there are real consequences. Not only to these characters I've been locked in with, but also to my time. 20 hours, guys. 20 hours I spent on this game this week. That's part-time. So anyways, it's been a blast. It's been a blast. What else happened? Not much. Barely saw anybody, barely saw all my free time really went to just having fun. And I'm not going to apologize for that, okay? I gave myself the carrot. I've had nothing but carrots this week. And I did, however, help my brother move again. He'd be moving a lot, and that's okay. You know, I don't know if he just gets bored of the space, if there's different things that are happening. I mean, he says he has reasons, but I'm not entirely convinced he's not on the run for the amount of times he's moved pretty quickly. Okay, you have to think that maybe someone's hunting him. Maybe there's a bounty. I don't know what the deal is, but we keep on moving this guy. And I can't really complain. I want to, for the sake of being relatable, and go, oh yeah, family's so annoying, dude. Oh, my family's a drag. They all do this and this and they suck. I can't, dude. All right? I wish I could be that guy. I can't. I love my family. I love spending time with them. They're so much fun. They're like me. Is that egotistical to say? It's basically like just a bunch of me's. I mean, I'm like the most me of me, if you know what I'm saying, but it's nice to be with your family. It's not. I'm not going to. I can't get into the explanations. I would love to dig into the science of family and how beautiful and special, heartwarming moments are to bond with the people that you love. But you guys, I can't explain love. Okay, I can't. I spend all my week playing a video game. I'm not that detailed. But point is, I enjoyed moving him, even though it was a lot. But it's just, I enjoyed being with the family. I didn't really enjoy picking up and putting down the same things. You're like, I recognize all of this and so many different times. Why have I picked up this couch this many times? I should not be this familiar with your furniture, but I am. And I will say, however, I ran into a bit of a predicament, okay, after we got to the new house, where, look, put your freaking forks down, because I gotta say, I had to poop, all right? And I don't mean to spoil your appetite, but which is where poop comes from. It's a child. So I had to poop really bad, but I got caught in this dilemma that I'm always thinking about. Guys, I'm always thinking about this, all right? When is it acceptable to poop in someone's home? Let alone a new home. I don't know if they'd pooped in it yet. I don't want to be the christening poop. I don't want to be the guy, like, I don't want to, you know, cut the ribbon of toilets, of diarrhea. I don't want to be the guy in general to do that. But also, how long do you need to spend in someone's house before it's acceptable to poop in there? I ask this question. I've been trying to figure out the answer to this. Not only when is it for a new home, but also with new friends, people you've been hanging out with. How many hours do you need to log with them before you would say, I'll poop in their toilet. I'll go to their bathroom. Yeah, I'll do that. Not only for their sake, okay? Because to them, if someone came in here and someone just used my toilet and they went poop, I'd be like, okay, it's a bit fast. Like, we don't know each other that well. But then even on your sake, like, are you going to go, man, I don't know where their butts have been. Am I going to use their toilet like that? Like, it's a risk both ways, okay? It is not a one-party dangerous situation, but how many hours do you need to log with somebody before you feel you have poop confidence, okay? When do you have toilet confidence going into somebody's home? I don't know what the answer is. Is it 5 hours? Maybe it's 30 minutes for you. I asked my older brother with this, and he said, dude, I'll do it the second I meet them. I'll go into somebody's house. I'll be shaking their hands on their way to the toilet. But for me, I think I got to log probably 10 hours or more, maybe 20. I mean, again, if I'm spending more time with a video game, like I guess I would poop with the characters of Resident Evil. Like I would use their bathroom at this point. I feel that close. I feel that comfortable. Like I would walk into their shrooms and I would break it down. But I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, and I've been trying to gauge this. Everybody has different answers. Everybody has different feelings. But I think we need to come to a solid conclusion about when it's acceptable and when it is not to use such a thing. Because I can't be risking that going to places, and I can't be risking people coming in here. And I'm like, okay, let's check the log. Again, dude, the poop jokes are out of this world. But maybe you just shouldn't poop anywhere. Maybe you should only poop in your own house. Maybe we should all do that. We should all strive to just poop in your own house. They say home is where you lay your logs at. But, dude, I'm on fire today. Point is, it was a problem. Almost pooped my pants. I didn't. It was close. But it was a thing. What's going on in the news, I guess, because the week has been a little bit short for me. I mean, it hasn't. I've been alive as long as anybody else has, but I've done different things with my time, and I won't apologize for that. Food and video games. What can I say? I'm a productive member of society. What's outside? Never heard of it. So, anyways, what I saw big in the news this week is Jim Carrey. But not like he did anything wrong. The internet was up in a frenzy, in a storm, and I don't know if it was just my page or if everybody caught this, but if you didn't hear the word, Jim Carrey was in France for some sort of ceremony. I don't even know if it matters. Point is, he was there, and like any celebrity, there's videos, little interviews, and people saw him, and they said, this guy doesn't look like Jim Carrey. This guy looks wrong. He looks weird. He looks fake. And then millions upon millions of people are claiming that it was a clone, that the government has created a duplicate. The real Jim Carrey has been killed, and this is them testing their new secret technology. And I thought it was a joke for the first few days, and I kept seeing it continue. And then TMZ even had to get a hold of it. Other news outlets had to talk about it. His publicist had to come out and say, yes, that was Jim Carrey there. People are like, it can't be. I refuse to believe there's a real Jim Carrey out there. And look, he's older, for sure. He might have gotten Botox, maybe. But there's no way, if you look at this photo, you'd be like, yeah, that's not Jim Carrey. Like, yeah, he looks a little bit different. Maybe he got something. Who knows, okay? Also, it's really weird to just be disgustingly mean about somebody if they look different or try to, like, look at Chadwick Boseman. Guy was like, oh, he looks so sickly and bad, and what's going on with him? What's he trying to do? He had cancer, and then he died, and everyone went, oh, maybe we shouldn't have been so hard on the guy. You have no idea what's going on. But two, I mean, you get Botox because you're trying to feel better about yourself. You're trying to maybe reduce a little bit of wrinklage, and then everybody goes like, not only is this such a bad Botox job, but I don't even believe that's you. Surely this is if they're gonna clone somebody. I don't know. It was so ridiculous. The fact these are real people out there who vote, who drive cars. No wonder no one's going on a four-way stop, because these are the kind of brains behind the wheel. Dude, if you're going to clone anybody, why would it be a 70-year-old Jim Carrey in France for some random award? Okay, he's still the same, and you watch the video, it's the same guy. He's goofy. It's normal Jim Carrey. Looks a little bit different. Not everybody has perfect hair days like me, but it was psycho behavior by other people, not Jim Carrey. But I felt bad. But then even some guy who dresses up, he makes like little cosplay masks of other people, and he posted a photo like kind of rage baiting the community because it's so ridiculous, and then went like as a joke, that was me as Jim Carrey, thinking it would be obvious, I assume. And then the whole internet goes, that's what it was, somebody was dressed up. He's like, no, freaking, what are you talking about? It was bananas, man. It was bananas. You gotta look it up. You gotta see it. Or maybe I'll put a photo up. I mean, look, I'm not gonna say he looks exactly like 1994 Jim Carrey, okay? But neither do I. So, anyways, point is it was the biggest thing in the news. Are there bigger problems? Are there bigger things going on? Sure, but that's not what my algorithm gave me. My algorithm gave me a bunch of people who believe that Jim Carrey is a clone. And why wouldn't they just clone younger Jim Carrey? If you're going to clone Jim Carrey, why do you want the 70-year-old one? What do you have to gain for this? Like, yeah, wouldn't you want to clone somebody with government clearance or something like that? Or I don't even know. I have no reason. I have no good idea to make a clone, okay? Unless I'm just trying to get twice as many DoorDash. Maybe that's how they got a clone. They're like, oh, would you like to make another Jim Carrey? And the Times like, go, quick. And then they ended up with a Jim Carrey that maybe they didn't exactly want because he looks just slightly different, but still goofy. Still a lot of fun. Anyways, that's really all I can cover. That was the news section of the podcast where I like to update you on what's going on in the world. Were there government problems? Were there riots? Were the communities in shambles? Were people upset? Sure. But I think the biggest thing going on in the world right now is that some people think that Jim Carrey doesn't look exactly like he did 35 years ago. And that's going to be life. So I have been trying to work on this new acting role I talked about last week, and it's been really cool. It's more of a stronger and darker and violent and rageful character, which is not outside of my skill set. I'm very talented, but I've enjoyed playing. Typically, most things I get cast in is very comedic and very I don't know, timely, goofy, upbeat, energetic, and it's been nice. It's been pretty cool. It's been interesting, and some people say it's probably pretty cathartic because I've been told that I'm probably holding back a lot of rage and dark feelings and shadows, and I've been suppressing them. Maybe you have something you're just waiting to unlock, and they think this happy-go-lucky, silly little camper thing's a sham. They think it's a cover-up, a fraud, a front. They think I'm a clone, that somewhere the real Tristan is out there just crying under a sad little tent in the rain. But it's not, guys. It's me, okay? I'm just happy. Sue me. I love my family. But I don't know. If I do have any secret rage, I guess it's probably cathartic to channel that. You get to feel that pain. You get to, play a different character to maybe bring that out. And if I ever have to deal with a lot of conflicting feelings, maybe acting will be helpful in that way. And you could just really dive deeper into that. The original God of War voice actor said that a lot of the original rage and pain that Kratos had, he said that it was stuff that he was able to channel from his own life and put that into the character. And maybe that would be cool. Maybe I can do that, okay? Maybe it's time for me to really get smacked in the face by life. That way it'll make me a better actor because I can channel it. And anything else that I've dealt with in my past. If only I could find a role with a guy who, was struggling not to poop his pants while moving, because that is my biggest issue at the moment. I need that kind of catharsis. Be like, oh man, I need to play a role of a guy who pooped his pants. Or didn't poop his pants, Which is really someone who pooped his pants. When you start getting into like the did you or did you not poop your pants, you probably pooped your pants. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't, it was a fart. It was a normal fart. It sounded a bit thick to me. Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, what is pooping your pants anyway? Like if it doesn't reach the pants, I pooped a little bit, but it was stained with. I pooped. It stayed in the G because it didn't hit the pants. Stayed in the cheeks is hilarious. But I think if you start getting into the semantics about what is or is not pooping your pants, it's too late. You've probably pooped your pants. Okay, too short or not too short? That is the question. Scat is the question. Gosh, he's on fire with the wordplay. But anyways, point is, it stinks. So you're gonna have that, and that's part of life, I guess. What else did I really want to say, dude? Not much about pooping your pants, I don't think, although I've said that because it's, dude, even the phrase pooping your pants sounds so funny. Did you poop your pants? It's so much better than anything. Like, I try not to swear, mostly for my own sake and my own reasons, okay? I like to just be disciplined. Also, and maybe going back to the rage and pain sort of thing, I feel like I've always told myself I'm not going to swear unless I really need to, unless the emotion is that intense. If I'm that angry or I'm that sad, I'm going to save it for shock value. I'm going to save it because I want the words to really feel. I want them to land. So when I swear, people go, "Oh man, Tristan is mad. He is the sad boy in the tent right now. He means it." Okay? But what happened is, in me doing that, when I don't swear, every time I get a little sad and I want to swear, I go, "No, I'm not going to swear." And then my brain goes, "Well, if you're not sad enough to swear, then you're probably not that sad. So cheer up, bucko. You're all right. Oh, you're right. You know what? If I'm not going to swear, then I'm probably not that sad. I feel angry. I want to swear, but hold off, Tristan. Just have a little bit more discipline." And then I don't do it. You're like, dude, you're not even angry enough to swear. Then why are you going to let this sort of energy take away from your day? Just, rearrange, okay? Channel that pain, channel that poop. Keep going. You didn't poop your pants. Lock in, buddy. So it's worked out pretty well. But anyways, outside of that, I think just saying the dumb alternate swears, like crap is already a pretty good one, but poop is so funny. If you say poop when you're mad and mean it, like if somebody does the most heinous thing to you, okay, something happens and your day's in shambles and you go poop, you can't be mad. Not only are you not mad enough to use a word, so why be mad in the first place, but you just said poop out loud. You're a grown man or woman and you yelled poop. That's arguably hilarious. No matter who you are, you yelled poop. You can't get away from that. So it's enough that no matter what's happened, I mean, and some bad things have happened for real. And I've yelled poop and I go, what am I doing? Like how serious is life really if you're willing to yell poop? I'm just saying. I didn't actually poop though. And that's my kind of defense against anything. And it works well. You can use that in a variety of different negotiations. Did you poop your pants? This is my impression of somebody who's being accused of pooping his pants. But he did, but he's trying to get away with it. Nuh-uh. Simple yet effective. Anyways, I need to get that role. Hopefully that'll be my next theatrical part. If I'm Tristan Sartoris, auditioning for the role of guy who maybe pooped his pants, willing to shave. Speaking of theatrical role, man, I saw my grandma has been in a run beautifully on Facebook, and can you feel the love tonight? Ever since she saw the show, I mean, on my pictures and posts, even from years ago, anything I've done, you're like, that's my grandson, that's my boy, I love him, he's so talented, he's amazing. Everything from the show that they posted, she's coming, that's my boy. I was like, man, grandma's hyping me up. This rocks. However, Bree, the other actress in the show, she was posting about the show as well, and my grandma even commented under hers, not knowing that she was the person in the show, and she was like, "Oh my, that's my boy. I mean, the people were good, but especially my boy," which is a great comment, I think, normally, but it sounds kind of like a slight when you put it under someone else's message. It's like it's like someone commenting under the podcast, like, "Man, I love podcasts, especially this other one," and you're like, "All right, well, why are you okay? Thanks." So it was a little amusing to me. That made me laugh a lot, actually. Shout out Grandma. She's just hyping me up to the point of, don't be disrespectful. But it looked like she was trying to make a point for some reason, which the only reason it's funny is because that was not the case at all. Like she's like trying to get in the head of somebody else, who, by the way, did a better job than me. She's like, yes, especially my boy. Go, Tristan. It's like she's just trying to, I don't know, she's running a little psyop. She's running psychological warfare on anybody who opposes me. And then no one's even opposed me. So I love my grandma. I love my family, dude. Love my family. By the way, shout out to Bree, who should be driving right now to go and film something. Not that I'm going to say anything about it because I don't know what the confidentiality of it is. But hopefully, driving safe, long drive. Super talented. Be on the lookout for that. Whatever. I mean, I can't really be on the lookout for the thing that I haven't said. So hopefully that's going super well. Drive straight. Look out. If you're listening to this right now, or if anyone's listening to this, guys, drive straight, please. I'm begging you. Not enough people are doing that. I got to tell you, I'm noticing a lot of people are bobbing and weaving out of their lanes. And this happens as the winter sort of comes out and people can't really see the lines and you kind of get used to this little free-for-all thing. But look, the snow's a-melting. We gotta lock back in, okay? Dangle the carrot, look straight ahead, keep it moving. So anyways, get there safe, Bree. Or I don't know. Actually, the last I heard, there was a noise in her attic, and then she just never responded again. So I assume things are going well, but nobody knows for sure. Anyways, is there anything else I wanted to talk about? I don't remember. I thought I was going to milk that Jim Carrey thing a little bit more, but my whole point was just don't be so disrespectful, and also very ridiculous. But I don't really want to go back and remilk it, so it is what it is, I suppose. I also really just want to talk about Resident Evil to anybody who will listen, but I don't really... Look, it's not a horror game, but I have a lot of family and friends who don't like any sort of horror, but it's just spooky. It's spooky in the sense of a good story, okay? Now, I don't know if I'm necessarily a horror fan, but I'm a fan of good narrative. Like, I'm not the fan of something to be scary just for the sake of being scary, but the sake of being scary for a narrative? Narrative scare? A scarative? Oh my gosh, wordplay out of control. That's amazing. I'm so locked in on that, and it's such a bummer, dude. It's such a bummer when you finish a video game. It's like finishing a TV show, but worse, because you spend so many more hours, and you also, again, neglect so many things. I gave myself so many carrots to experience that. Everything that I put on the back burner, one, you feel that all hits you at once, but two, you're like, man, this was such a priority, and now it's gone. I sold the farm for this moment, and now it's over. It's like I've spent so many hours with these people, and now it's like going to camp, and you make these friends, and now you got to go back home, and you'll never see them again. And sure, you could replay it, but it's not the same. That's just the same as going back to a memory. Oh, guys, man, life is so hard. Maybe I do have a lot of pain and rage and sadness. Other people are dealing with some serious stuff. Okay, some people are being accused of being a clone, but me, I'm just like, man. Remember when that video game I was playing ended? That was sad. I didn't want to see the credits yet. And look, I'm not going to say everybody's life is equally as hard as others, but mine might just be the worst. I wish I didn't beat that video game so fast. I'll get over it, though. I'll get over it. That's why I got that DoorDash ready, just in case I get sad. I can sort of eat the pain away. So anyways, guys, remember to channel that pain, channel that poop, love your family, and, oh, this is me closing the episode, by the way. Whenever you guys start hitting that cadence, what's it? Did you say channel that poop? Yeah. Which is how we close every show, apparently. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. That was pretty much all I have to say. I can't remember what I said already, but guys, DoorDash, have a lot of fun, eat a lot of food, don't poop your pants, but also really get back to me. When is it appropriate to poop in somebody's house or to let somebody to poop in your house? This is serious business, all right? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. I can't walk you through every joke, but let me just say I said bottom right there, so that was, I mean, the deliberation on the fact of the word, it's something to behold. But anyways, it is nearing about 6 a.m., so I should probably lock in on this food and hit the hay. Will I don't know. I don't know. I don't really want to. I'm having a similar feeling, and I always do, having trouble in closing the show because I have a lot of fun doing this, and it's sort of like I can choose how long the game goes for, and I can just keep on talking, and I can keep on wasting time, but I don't need to. There's nothing. The implication of that is that everything I said was very crucial and you had to hear about it. You guys have to know that I did a double dash. You have to know that I almost pooped. So me going, I don't know if I have anything else super important I have to talk about, implies that you have to know about that, and that alone brings me joy. Guys, if you can't make yourself laugh, what are you really doing? I feel like most of my life is just spent trying to make myself giggle, and that's a little word to the wise, dude. If you can make yourself laugh at least once, really, really make yourself laugh at least once a day, it's impossible to be sad. That's my motto, really. If you're happy, it's impossible to be sad. If you are actively smiling, it's impossible. I don't know. Wait, am I sad? No, but I'm not sad. So I don't, guys. That's not really a good science experiment, but one of one, it's worked so far. So I don't know. that's science for you. Anyways, guys. Sorry, I'm rambling. I don't know why I'm avoiding leaving. I'm having fun, but I also want to go and eat my food. So why is my mic all freaking goofy like that? Anyways, guys, I love you to itty bitty pieces. You're the best, all of you, even you. It's close, but even you. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good night, or morning, or daytime, or evening, or afternoon.